All right, Amanda, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. We had a great conversation yesterday, and now we're recording your virtual cover letter.
Hi there. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so yesterday when we chatted, we uncovered that you've got some really strong sales skills. So, what I'd love to do is talk a little bit about your sales background. So, I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor. Why don't you tell me what you've been doing for work lately?
Well, for the last couple years, I've been in real estate. That I really enjoyed. I'm a people person, so sales comes naturally with being a people person. I'm able to talk with anybody of any background. Um, One of my accomplishments that was the biggest accomplishment, I sold a house that was 1.3. That was my first sale of all my sales. So, and then my on the opposite end of that, right after I sold my 1.3 home, I sold a house which was for somebody who was struggling to get a home with an FHA loan. And we almost lost the sale because FHA is really hard to meet their standards, especially at a $150,000 budget for a home. So in order to help him get this house, I literally went to the house and helped him paint it. I helped him, cover any cracks that needed to be covered, helped him pick the weeds out. He needed an electrician, and I went in there and just got the job done to meet the standards for the FHA. It took about 3 months to have this house closed, but I stuck by his side and got it done. So, I mean, the sale for the 1.3 was actually harder to get, but easier to close. The sale for the $150,000 house was easier to get, but harder to close. It's just kind of being a people person and
Yeah,
being ready to go the extra
building.
mile and help.
Yeah. Gosh, I love that story. I have to ask, where was the $1 million home? Was it here in Volusia?
Yep, it was in New Smyrna right on the beach.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Great accomplishments, both sides, helping someone and building all of those relationships for sure. Um, and I noticed that you have your bachelor's degree from Daytona State.
I
Okay,
do.
let's see here. And you've done some event planning and some additional sales when you were with a local establishment here in Daytona. Why don't you tell me some successes there? We touched on those yesterday and they were very impressive.
Okay, yes. So for the bike weeks, the bike rallies twice a year, I think we probably have about 40 different bartenders that we have to hire from all over the state. So I would ensure that we had the positions filled, that they were going to be there on time, get their information, make sure the DJ is going to be there. All the staff had to, it's a huge task. We start about a month ahead of time to get the backstage set up and all the bars set up. So I would help organize that, help get the girls in their positions and make sure they were going to be there. And then I actually would bartend. And for over, I think, 15 years, I always had the highest sales for the 10-day period. And my sales would probably be about for 10 days between 50 and 70,000, just my little bar.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, some days in one day, one 12-hour shift, it could be anywhere from 7 to 10,000 in sales. Just, you know, beer and wine. It's $5 drinks. So it's a lot of hustle, a
Sure.
lot of talk. It's a lot of the repeat customers. I mean, I have customers that still follow me 20 years later.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that's definitely, that comes back again to that relationship building and, being personable and people buy from who they like, right? In real
yeah.
estate and in,
Hmm.
um, event type management as well. So, tell me about, and I can just imagine, a time when you had to really multitask, and it could be in real estate or it can be, with the events that you were doing in Daytona. Tell me about an example where you had to really multitask and you had some great success with that.
Well, actually, I moved out to Colorado to get to do some education out there. and I was a preschool teacher for 4 years old. And this
Oh,
was
okay.
during COVID time. So that was really a lot of multitasking because during COVID time, we had an extra lot of cleaning and sanitary stuff to do. Um, so I had to not only take care of the kids and make sure they were all good, I had to make sure everything they were touching was sanitizing. I had to keep my notes up to date for the parents. Um, Everything, sales or teaching is a lot of multitasking. Um, but during the COVID time, it was you had to be on your computer, you had to watch the kids, you had to make sure everything was sanitary, the kids had their mask on. There was never a dull moment. It's just um constantly eh, just staying on your toes.
Sure, absolutely. Um, Also, I'd like to know, and I have a feeling I know the answer to it, but I want to hear what your opinion is on this. So, if you were thinking about event planning and then you were thinking about real estate, what transferable skills do you feel that you learned in your earlier career that you can bring forward to your next career? Well, your continuation of your career in real estate.
Real estate's a lot of planning as well. You have to have the open houses. You've got to make them appealing for people to want to come to these open houses. Marketing, setting up you wanted, like now the video, you want to show a house, a lot of videos is the way to go to market yourself and get it out on social media. And I mean, Facebook, Instagram, those are all the tactics to use. So just proper preparation, planning, getting the good videographer, um, setting your stage for social media to reach your clients.
Sure.
Um, and then once you do have the open house, eh, you can just be prepared and open for everyone that's coming to view the house. You can do little fun things. I'm always about fun interacting because people remember that, though it's not something boring. You go walk through the house, interact with them, have something fun, maybe a little light music or it's little hors d'oeuvres.
Sure, absolutely. And what about computer skills? Tell me about that. Microsoft, Google, where do your computer skills lie?
Yeah, Microsoft, Google, oh, I don't know. I mean, PowerPoint, I know that's probably not too used too much anymore.
Uh,
CRMs, obviously all the FaceTime stuff, there's Google Teams, there's Zoom.
Great. So definitely computer proficient. Now, what CRMs did you use specifically? Do you recall? Was that in real estate or?
Yeah, it was in real estate. It was when I was with Remax. I don't have it here in front of me. It's been a couple years since I used it, but it was where it would organize all your clients and their names and
Sure.
date of births. It would help you if their birthday was coming up. It'd help you just send out like, "Hey, happy birthday." Um, I can't remember the name of it right
Sounds
now.
like
But
maybe Salesforce.
maybe
Yeah. Okay. And you still have your real estate license? It's
I
active?
do. I
Okay.
do. Yes.
All right. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the interview, but don't go anywhere. We got a few more things to chat about.
Okay.